Hello everyone and welcome to my review of one of the most anticipated films of the year, in my opinion. Maybe one of the most anticipated films of my life. The film, of course, I'm talking about is Jurassic World, and this is the fourth film in the Jurassic Park franchise. It's been 14 years since we visited this franchise, and in my opinion, Jurassic Park 1993 is not only one of the best films ever made, one of the best science fiction movies ever made, one of the best films that I ever saw in my childhood. And when it got revisited or re-dubbed or re-3D'd a few years ago, I went and saw it again and just felt all those great emotions and all the wonder that I experienced when I saw it over 22 years ago now. I can't believe it. 22 years this film's been out. The second one, I feel, is decent. It's fun. Yes, it makes tons of mistakes, but there's still lots to offer. We get to see some of the characters we liked, some of the great special effects, some of the setting, but, there's a lot of stupid stuff in that. And I actually think 3 is better out of 2 and 3. I actually like 3. I think it's fun. It's entertaining. It gets right to the meat of the bone. Yes, it makes some serious mistakes. Stupidity happens. Crazy, stupid humans do stupid things. That's okay. Nothing can live up to the first film, but I felt like 2 and 3 were worthy to be a part of the franchise, so I couldn't help but be very excited to see this latest installment. Since it's been such a long time, they had to come up with something different, and I felt like from what we saw, from what we read, from what we heard, it was definitely going to be something different. This time, the park exists. It now is on the island. John Hammond's vision is here, but now instead of calling it Jurassic Park, because no one wants to be associated, it's so funny, in this world that they created, no one wants to be associated with Jurassic Park, but in the real world, of course, we all love Jurassic Park, and the filmmakers, of course, want to be associated with that film. It's just kind of weird, but they don't want to be associated with what happened in Jurassic Park. It was a failure. It's something that they remember. That we lost a lot of people during that time, so they remember it in that way. But they're focused on making the park brand new, making it safe, making it family-friendly of all aspects, using all the major technology. And instead of calling it Jurassic Park, it's called Jurassic World. Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt are the major stars of this film. There's also a few other people in the movie that are put in this movie that I'm not going to say or talk about because they are the main stars. There's the ones hopefully we're there to care about. And there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie. Kids, we're dealing with kids. We're dealing with the park owners. We're dealing with the park players. We're dealing with the regular people themselves that are there to enjoy the park. And of course, the people that run the park, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this film. I'm probably going to be more generous than maybe most critics, because I will say I enjoyed the movie. I liked the film. Is it perfect? Is it anywhere near the first movie or beyond, or anywhere close to the first movie? Sadly, that is not the case. Now, I had my expectations in control. I wasn't expecting the greatest movie ever made, even though I had such anticipation for it. I was expecting at least a great film. Sadly, we did not get a great film. We got a good film with a serious amount of problems that I'm not going to go in grand detail because I'm going to try and not spoil anything. But if you're a fan of this franchise, and if you are, I think you all know that the first movie is near perfection. The second and third movie, whether you like them or not, they have their problems, they have some fun factor to it. So you know that this isn't a perfect franchise. But at least with this film, I was hoping that we would try and rise up to what made this franchise so great. And this film strives for it. But at the same time, for me, it felt like this movie was trying to be all three. Trying to have the wonder and the magic. And, first time we're seeing this with Jurassic Park. And then Jurassic Park 2, there's the danger that all this stuff happens, all the chaos, and everybody that gets involved, lots of characters, lots of stuff going on to help us not really create a lot of feelings for everything that's going on. And then we do have a lot of the fun meat to the bone kind of aspect to the movie that was in the third film, where we kind of get in there and we see all the fun action. We have all this setup, and then we get all this fun action. So that's how the film kind of works. It feels like it's trying to capture the magic of all three. And what makes it kind of sad is that there's so much going on in this movie. There's too much going on in this film. What's so great about the original is, yeah, we got all the danger, we got, maybe some silly things happening there in the film that maybe you questioned yourself, but you liked all the characters. You cared about them. When they were in serious danger, that's what makes the first one so special, that we cared about everyone involved. And, of course, seeing the special effects like that for the first time was amazing. But what this film does, Jurassic World, is that it crams so many people into the film. I mean, everybody and their mother. And that's what's kind of hard with this kind of movie, is that the park is open now. So we've got thousands and thousands of people to put in this situation. And so when we're giving all these little characters, hope and pray that we actually care about most of them. And I would have to say, I only cared about one human being in this whole film. I liked all the dinosaurs, even the cool-looking new dinosaurs, and the whole situation was kind of cool. But I only cared about Chris Pratt and the raptors. He was the only human being that I felt was real, was genuine, was interesting enough, and his relationship with the raptors I felt was very compelling and the best aspect of the movie that really carried me through this film. No one's really annoying here when it comes to the characters and the cast. Maybe Bryce Dallas Howard a little bit. Her character was kind of annoying, but for the most part, nobody's that annoying. But I just did not care about them. They were so one note, and they had their lines to say. They had certain things, they try to infuse comedy here from time to time, and I found nothing to be funny, and a lot of it sometimes was kind of cringeworthy. This comes from a different director. Of course, the first two were directed by Steven Spielberg, and the third one was directed by Joe Johnston. This one is directed by the guy who gave us Safety Not Guaranteed, a really great indie film that I really enjoyed. And what's so great about that film is that it's this unbelievable, crazy situation is created in Safety Not Guaranteed, but we're given like 3 or 4 different characters to follow, to care about. And that's, I think, what makes that film so great. And what brings my opinion down so much about Jurassic World, this director, he does a good job to create amazing visuals. The park looks amazing. The production design, the art direction, the costumes, the special effects, it's all top-notch. It's perfect. But there's just so many characters in this unbelievable, crazy situation that I don't think this filmmaker was prepared enough for this situation. I think he should have made some more movies and graduated enough to make a film like Jurassic World in time. But this is his first film since Safety Not Guaranteed. And he definitely has an eye for characters, but when it's in small amounts. And in this film, there's just so much characters going on in this film that you at least got to try and care about 5 of them. It was tough to give a crap about more than 2 of them. I really didn't care about anybody except for Chris Pratt and those raptors. I like some of the stuff that happens near the end of the film. I like some of the nods to Jurassic Park, the movie. But when it came to the music, the only time I felt any emotion was when I heard John Williams' score that was hinted in there from time to time. The score that's created in this film, sadly, is very forgettable. It doesn't add any emotion to the film, and that's another thing I got to talk about before I end right now. I never really felt wonder, magic, or any emotion for this film. I mainly like this film on a technical level, Chris Pratt, the Raptors, and some of the moments that happened near the end. And there's some other things that kind of happen to some of the people that are vacationing that I felt kind of bad for when they get in this horrible situation, lots of them. And I couldn't help but feel that the lawsuit for this film, for the world that's created, the lawsuit, I want to see that movie now. I want to see, because that lawsuit's got to be crazy and insane. And I hope that some college professor out there creates some sort of weird legal situation. Someone on the internet's got to watch this movie and go, I got an idea to create a lawsuit of some kind and put it on there for people to look at, because all the legal issues, that everything that happens, the legal ramifications that happen because of this film, I just can't imagine. And that's the movie now that I want to see. I think this is fine. If this is the last Jurassic whatever world movie, I think I'm fine with it. I think the franchise, I don't know if it really has anything more to say. I really don't. But on a technical level, it's a great looking film. It has great visuals, and it's really the only major reason I can recommend this movie. Especially if you're a fan of the film, you'll want to go see it. But it doesn't have the magic and the wonder, and it doesn't feel important enough to go anywhere near what the first one does. And I liked it. It's on par with me with number 2, Lost World. But overall, I think it's a good movie that I can't help but be a little disappointed. And for that, I am going to give Jurassic World, I'm going to give the film, going to be really generous right here, I'm going to give it a slight 3 stars out of 4. In the comment box below, what did you think of this movie? Am I a complete idiot? Am I complete wrong? I know I'm an idiot, but I like to just put myself out there. Comment box below, let us know what you thought of the film and what you think of the whole franchise. How did you feel about every other film? And do you think, after watching this, should they continue it on? Or would you like to see the lawsuit that I was talking about? Because that's, to me, more interesting. The whole lawsuit that is going to have to come from what happened to this whole situation. I mean, part 5. It would just be a whole legal court case of a movie. And I think it's the only movie I want to go see. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel. And also, please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do. And I'll talk to you at my next movie review.